Hi, welcome to ShowMeTheCurry.com. I'm Anuja.
And I'm Hetal. Today we're making a super delicious Gujarati snack. It's called Dhebra. Now Dhebra, if you're unfamiliar with the item, it's like a really spicy and flavorful chapati, but instead of regular wheat flour, we also add in bajra or millet flour in there. So it gives it a special little different taste to it, but it's absolutely amazing tasting.
So we'll get started. We have a bowl over here. We're going to add half a cup of yogurt to this. And if you have sour yogurt, and actually that's what you really need for this, since our yogurt is not sour at all. We tried, but it's not sour at all. So we're using 1/4 teaspoon of citric acid. Now if your yogurt is halfway there, a little sour, you can use 1/4, or if it's very sour, you can skip this totally. So we are adding 1/4 teaspoon of citric acid, 1 tablespoon of jaggery or brown sugar, you can use either one, and we're going to mix it. So you're going to mix it well and break down the lumps, and the reason why we put these two ahead before everything else is because we want to give it a little time for the citric acid to melt and the jaggery to also melt and mix in with the yogurt. So get rid of all those lumps that you can see. To this we're going to add 2 teaspoons of minced ginger, 2 teaspoons of minced garlic, 1 tablespoon of sesame seed, half teaspoon of cumin powder, 1/4 teaspoon of turmeric powder, 1/4 teaspoon of red chili powder or to taste. We've got some green chilies and we've minced them to taste.
We used about 4 or 5 small ones.
1 teaspoon of salt. Going to mix it. And to this we're going to add 2 tablespoons of kasuri methi or dried methi leaves.
If you have fresh fenugreek leaves or methi leaves, they taste amazing in this recipe. But a lot of times we just don't have fresh methi sitting around, and we always have the dried methi sitting around. So you could easily use the fresh one, but because we're using the dried ones, we're adding something special in here.
Right, so here you go, special ingredient. 1/4 cup of fine chopped cilantro leaves.
So you're still going to get the nice green effect, fresh leafy effect in the Dhebra.
And mix really well.
So once that's mixed, we're going to go ahead and start on our flours. So we have 1 cup of chapati flour, which is a whole wheat flour, and we have 1/3 cup of millet flour, which is the bajra flour. We're going to mix this together. We have 2 tablespoons of oil. And we're going to mix this really well. We want to make sure all the oil is well incorporated into the flour, into every bit of the flour.
Into that we'll add the mixture, the yogurt mixture.
And we'll form a dough with this. And you'll notice we're not using any water. When you make Dhebra, it's purely made with the yogurt, no water extra. So once the dough comes together, we'll just knead it for about a minute or so.
Right, we're going to drizzle a little bit of oil so that it does not form a coating. So you're going to cover it and now allow it to rest for about 15 to 30 minutes.
So our Dhebra dough has been resting for about 15 minutes, and we're going to knead it one more time before we go on.
And I also have a skillet tawa on medium heat, and it's nice and hot. Now it's very, very important to do that. It's very important to any time that you're making parathas, chapatis or rotis or any kind of bread, it needs to be hot before you put the chapati on there.
And you can take this dough and basically divide it out into maybe a little bit bigger than golf ball size balls. Okay, then we take one of our dough balls and smoothen it out into a round, nice smooth ball. Flatten it. And we have some dry chapati flour, just some extra flour that we're going to use for rolling and dusting so it doesn't stick to the surface. And we're going to dip this dough ball into here and roll this out. And you'll have to keep dipping it in the dry flour to help it move. And of course this will be rolled similarly to chapatis. Not really thin, not really thick. Just make sure it's even. And dust off the excess flour and onto the hot dough. And while that's cooking, we'll move on to the next one.
Just move it around once it's on the hot tawa, and we'll just wait for a few bubbles to appear before we flip it around. And of course the color will change. As you can see, it's already getting a little darker and more, prominent yellow. Look at the bubbles. There's three big bubbles that I can count, so I'm just going to flip it around. Perfect. Let it cook on the underside for just a couple of seconds. And then we're going to take some oil and drizzle on the top, just a little bit, and flip it, and then just press it. Now this unlike chapatis and rotis, is not going to puff up, so that's okay, don't get worried. And we're just going to press it so it cooks on the underside. And now we're ready for the oil on this side. Again, do the same, just drizzle on top, just a little bit, and flip it. And we're going to press it again.
Now I can already smell the wonderful aroma of fenugreek leaves. It's just the most amazing smell.
And so healthy for you.
Yes, absolutely.
So once this is done, we're going to pick it up and move it into an insulated box until we're ready to eat.
Mm-hmm. Now the good thing about Dhebra is that you can make a huge batch of them if you wanted to, and they store wonderfully in your fridge or your freezer. So whenever you want to have some, like with your tea, just pull 1, 2 out. You can reheat them on the tawa or put them in a toaster oven, and it's ready to go when you are, and it makes an amazing snack.
So if you are one of those people who does not really drink tea, and that's okay, you can still enjoy these Dhebras with pickle. I mean, any kind of pickle, it just tastes great. And now you can just pick it up and just eat it. It's so much flavor.
A lot of times, I remember a long time ago, my mom would spread pickle all over the Dhebra and just kind of fold it in half or roll it up, and then stack a few in a foil. And whenever we go on road trips, you would just have this amazing tasty snack halfway to somewhere. But it is just amazing tasting, and it's just so full of just goodness that you're going to really enjoy it.
Right. So enjoy your Dhebras and join us again on another episode of ShowMeTheCurry.com.
Adding a pinch of spice to your life.